Hi there, and welcome to Apple World. Okay, you all should get in on this show on the grounds that Marcus Jordan just got unloaded by Larsa Pippen and he isn't dealing with it well at all. Larsa and Marcus have been together briefly now. However, the relationship has run its course. Word on the roads is that Larsa unloaded Marcus in light of the fact that she understood that he was not monetarily stable enough for herself. And this set Marcus off, and he read her rottenness, blaming her for utilizing and unloading him. All this seems as though it's going to be an exceptionally chaotic separation, on the grounds that these two have been tossing shots at one another on the web. And even Michael Jordan is hopping into the circumstance and concealing Laura. Anybody might have seen this separation coming well in advance, yet clearly Marcus isn't one of such individuals in light of the fact that, as per reports, he was walloped by the separation, and he has been harming a result of it to revive your men. More about this situation. Larsa and Marcus began hanging out in December 2022, and there were tales that there was a going thing on between them, yet it annoyed fans for every one of the unacceptable purposes behind one. There's an enormous age distinction between them in light of the fact that Marcus is just 33 while Larsa is 49, pushing 50. Now I realize that Marcus is a grown-up and he can do anything he desires, yet it was peculiar. What made it significantly creepier were the tales that Larsa supposedly knew Marcus when he was a youngster. See Marcus' father, the OG. Michael Jordan played with Larsa's ex, Scottie Pippen, when Marcus was only a kid. Larsa was hitched to Scottie at that point, so individuals found it unusual that she would date Marcus when she had referred to him as a kid, as indicated by the course of events. Marcus would have been around 6 or 7 years of age, and Larsa would be around 22 or 23 years of age when they would have run into one another. So the possibility of Larsa being personally drawn to somebody that she previously got to be aware of at that age gave individuals the yuck. Anyway, Larsa rushed to hop in and guard herself, guaranteeing that despite the fact that Michael Jordan and Scottie played in the same boat, she never truly blended in with different families. So she didn't know Marcus when he was a youngster. She left a remark on the Shade Room rejecting that she had known Marcus such an extremely long time ago. She said, "I just met him a long time ago, and I never knew him or his family. I was 21 years of age and in school when Scottie played that 1 year with MJ, and we weren't companions with them like everybody thinks, except it sort of seemed to be she was simply attempting to save face since she was getting hauled for foulness via virtual entertainment and everybody was blaming her for being a downer. It was so upsetting to her that she went on Tamron Lobby show where she adhered to her cases and how she hadn't met Marcus when he was a youngster, guaranteeing that they had met wait a while back at a party and had become friends with one another. Well, I feel like we in a real sense just met at a party a long time back, goodness. As a matter of fact, and we were simply companions since we as a whole resided in Chicago, and better believe it, when did you meet him? Quite well back 4 years, where at a party I like a LA party." However, again, individuals didn't buy this on the grounds that she, at the end of the day, conceded that when they initially began dating, she had gone far beyond to conceal the relationship in any event, venturing to save his number under a phony name in her telephone. She said, "I can never truly put you under your name and my telephone, so I had you under imprint Jacob. I didn't need anybody to know when you called me." Definitely, it doesn't seem like the relationship got going with an optimistic outlook. And in any event, when they chose to get more open with their companions, they actually kept it far from the public. The main explanation we learned about this was that somebody in her circle jabbered about it to the press. The insider said Larsa and Marcus Jordan are nonchalantly hanging out. The two have a great deal of similar companions in like manner, so they have been around each other a ton and appreciate hanging out. They are having a good time together. Larsa's separation from Scottie was concluded toward the start of this current year, and she's partaking in that opportunity. Yet indeed, even with this, they actually attempted to play coy, and when Larsa got some information about the relationship, this is what she said. Individuals say, "You're dating. I have a ton of companions. I mean, I'm extremely friendly. I was hitched for quite some time. This is the best time for me to truly focus on my connections." This was immediately demonstrated to be obviously false in light of the fact that 2 or 3 weeks after they were seen making out on the roads, paparazzi pictures of them became famous online. Individuals didn't have high expectations for the relationship, and they were anticipated to separate within several months since they felt that it was most likely a modest fire. However, the relationship endured longer than we expected, yet an insider guaranteed that things were perfect. with them saying they were dating and blissfully having a good time. She's making an honest effort to keep it peaceful and not overplay it. They see each other essentially a couple of times each 7-day stretch. Obviously, the consideration rapidly moved to Marcus's dad Michael, and how he had an outlook on his child dating the ex of one of the greatest. Everyone anticipated that he should be incensed, yet Larsa shut that down, guaranteeing that she had met the Jordans and that all was well with the relationship, and acknowledged her with great affection. Have you met Michael Jordan and Juanita Jordan? Furthermore, what did they say regarding the relationship? You realize I don't actually... obviously, I as of late have met you realize I've as of late been spending time with them. However, I would truly prefer not to discuss them. I feel like it's really not necessary to focus on, my folks or his folks. They're all cheerful, our entire family's fine in any case. And no one's unexpected. Larsa was making that up, presumably in a major attempt to persuade individuals to be more tolerating of her relationship. She knew that nearly everybody didn't support the relationship. Yet in the event that she let everybody know that MJ was ready, she could get individuals away from her about the relationship being odd anyway. She failed to remember one thing: MJ isn't the sort to keep his mouth shut about stuff like this. So when French paparazzi inquired as to whether he endorsed Marcus and Larson's relationship, he said, "Hello, Mr. Jordan. What is your take on Marcus and Ella pepping together? Do you support it? No, you don't support it." This was somewhat embarrassing for Larsa also. She got hauled for lying about having MJ's blessing. However, Marcus rushed to race to her guard, and he addressed E.T. saying, "I think my family simply needs to see me blissful. So for however long I'm cheerful, they're content with, where I am residing." Everyone had an assessment at first. I think there was some shock and interest from the beginning, but I believe that was the reason we were separating, attempting to get to know each other. Marcus was plainly blindly enamored with Marcus. Marcus rushed to her guard and he addressed a T saying, "I think my family simply needs to see me happy. So for as long as I'm cheerful, they're content with you." No, you don't support Marcus and Larsa's relationship. And he continued to protect her from anybody. There were even bits of gossip that he might have been wanting to propose to her. He was only that into her. The following thing, however, separation tales began zooming around about them, and it was affirmed that Larsa was the person who unloaded Marcus in light of the fact that he wasn't as rich as she naturally suspected he was, according to a source. Larsa needs a man who is a little more experienced and financially stable. Marcus was enjoyable, however. Larsa is searching for somebody that she can construct an existence with. Well, Marcus obviously was not that man, and it doesn't seem as though the separation was cordial since they've both been posting obscure stuff via web-based entertainment like this, where Larsa had a survey inquiring as to whether her companions expected to unfollow Marcus after their separation, while sources are guaranteeing that Marcus isn't dealing with the separation well, and he has been on a descending twisting since he is squashed that Larsa caught unaware him like that, and he presently accepts that she was utilizing him from the beginning just to dump him, when she understood that he wasn't quite as rich as she expected by an insider. Marcus has been going crazy on her, blaming her for utilizing and unloading him, and just to savage her, he posted an image of him and his father, and I won't lie, it's a really smooth method for applauding back at her. Someone remarked, "I really want Laura to stop with these enigmatic messages about their separation at her age. It's silly and cringy." I'm not shocked, however. She, for all intents and purposes, based her entire presence on Marcus and acted like she never had a man prior to humiliating this other individual. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.